Good morning, everybody. So, I would like to introduce myself. I'm background of agriculture, and I worked for MNC's company for a short time. Since 2000, I'm running my own seed company, and I have an organic pesticide company. And recently, we started a organic food processing company. So, where we are doing a lot of food products. Because we all know that seed is a basic input for any agriculture process. And compared to all other inputs, seed is the first input which plays a major role in crop production. And as you know, seed is a living materials. Uh, so we have to maintain the seed viability and everything in a proper way so that the performance of the crop will be better. And as you know, that seed will carry the genetical potential of any crop. Means that it will show the upper yield limit of the potential of the any crop which the farmer is saying. It may be cereals, it may be vegetables, whatever the crop it is there. So we should all should know that the seed input will make a difference of the utilization of other inputs like fertilizers, because if you don't use a proper seed, if you give maximum fertilizers or other inputs pesticides also, you will not get the yield. So for the farmer or anybody, it is very important factor to be considered while selecting the seed. So if you do a mistake in selecting wrong seed, all the other factors will have impact on the crop yield, and the farmer will be losing a huge money. As for the studies made and the information gathered, only the seed component will vary 30 to 45% of the crop yield. So there are a lot of seed technologies come to get the better improved seeds. So before that, just I want to brief about the what is exactly seed. Seed will contain endosperm. There are two type of seeds, that is monocotyledon, I think dicotyledon, you might be knowing both. So in that seed will store the food material in it. So when it is sown in the soil, when it takes the moisture, then the stored food material will be taken by the seed and it will start germinating. Though it will give the radical, it will give the root system. So the initially the healthiness of the seed depend is good, means then the germination comes. Later on, when the root develops, then it will start taking the nutrients from the soil. So I don't want to go much details about this one. Just I want to go for it. And I would like to tell what is the difference between the seed and grain. So most of the people will be get confused between the seed and grain. Grain is used for consumption for different purposes, where seed is used to produce crop. So it is a genetic matter which gives us similar product or similar crop. So when you compare the difference between the seed and the grains, seed should be viable. That means if the seed is sown, it should get germinated and it should grow. But whereas a grain, it is not required, because that it goes for consumption or for other process, it is not required. And this seed will have should maintain the minimum genetic and physical purity. So that is most important in the seed. If there is no genetic purity in the seeds, the ultimately you get the mixed crop or the different type of mixed varieties. You will get it. The yield factor will affect that. Whereas for grains, there is no need for these factors which can. And when come to seeds, there is seed certification standards are given by uh, say as for the seed act. So that should be maintained for the seeds. Whereas for the grains, it is not required. Treated with pesticides or fungicides, everything. So seed should be treated for storage or giving better results of the seed germination, everything. For grains, it is not required. So the seed should be produced under technical guidance. Means there are production should be there. There will be a technical person who tells the farmer how to produce, what is the spacing should be done, like that. And next, it comes the importance of seeds. So if you the quality seeds will give the quality production. So if you give a high quality seeds, the returns per area should be high, and the seeds should not be mixed with any weeds or anything, so that the infestation in the soil will not be there. And as if seeds, most of the seeds carries the diseases, seed-borne diseases are there, as a viral, bacterial, fungal diseases. So these diseases should not be there in the seed, and the seed emergence will be very fast, and the uniform population should be maintained for the seed so that it will give the high yields to the farmers. So as I said, seed is a living material, so the living it should be maintain the viability of the seed. and the response of other inputs will have on the selection of the seed only. 30 to 40% the yield variation or the acceptance of other inputs will be there in the selection of the seeds. So this is a brief description of the seed. What is the seed? So what are the content of seed? Will have a endosperm. It will have a cordon. So there are more diploid and seeds, which this is a basic biology of the seed. So which is self-explanatory. So there should be difference between the grain and the seed. So grains are used for consumption, whereas seed is used to produce crop. So in seeds, the genetic purity should be maintained. The seed certification standards should be maintained, and seed would be treated with the fungicides or pesticides to avoid the seed-borne diseases, or later on to have the better germination of the thing. Whereas grains, no need of having all these attributes, so that this is different from the seeds and the grains. So here it is very much important to select the high quality seeds for a better crop production. So while selecting a high quality seeds, the seed should give high returns per area. Means, for example, a particular variety of seeds per acre, if it is giving 20 quintals, so the improved variety or better variety should give 30 quintals or 40 quintals. Means that will show the quality of the seeds. And at the same time, the better quality of the seed should not have any weed seeds in that. So if these seeds carry the weeds, then the crop will have a lot of weeds and the soil will be having more weeds. So for the farmer, it will be difficult to control the weeds. And the seeds which are developed for sowing should have less disease and pest problem. There are disease resistant seed varieties, pest tolerant seed varieties, which should be used. And when you select the seed, high quality seeds, you should give uniform plant size. When seedling should be uniform, no, so not so that one plant will come early, one plant will come less. And at the same time, high quality seed have the uniform plant population, which is majorly depend upon the germination and viability of the seeds. If the seed germination is good and viability and vigor are good, then the plant population will be maintained. And the high quality seeds will give high yields. And if you have the high quality seeds, the post harvest operation like the harvesting, threshing, it will be very easy because the uniformity of the seeds will be there and the size will be there, and the farmer will get the uniform grain size. And if you use a high quality seeds, the productivity of the farmer, because of the grain quality, uniformity, they'll get the better price in the market. So these are the things if you use a high quality seeds should have. So what is the significance of high quality seeds? So in high quality seeds, there are major things which has to be followed. That is genetic purity and physical purity. As you know, genetic purity means the same variety, if even though there is a crop of maize. In maize, there are 20 100 varieties. Each variety is different. The performance is different, grain size is different. And if the one variety is mixed with other variety, the genetic purity will go. So to maintain the genetic purity, the main line should be produced properly and rogging should be done. This is required to maintain the genetic purity. When it comes to the physical purity, the appearance of seeds, there should not be broken seeds, there should not be other seed mix. So this is very important for the this one. And one more thing, when you tell the high quality seeds, the seeds should be withstand for the adverse weather conditions. Like for example, there is a low rainfall area. So the varieties of seeds should be selected which is on drought tolerance. If there is a area where is high flooding area, so in that area we should select the varieties having flood resistance. If there is a bacterial disease, some specific disease exists in some area, there are breeding has been done. There are a lot of varieties available which are resistant and tolerance to particular some of the diseases. So you have to take these consideration while selecting the seeds. And it should be ensured that the seed, when you select and when you sow, it should have uniformity and it should come at the same time maturity. That means if you have taken one crop of paddy, so if it is coming at 120 days, all the plants should get ready for harvesting for 120 days. If some plants are not coming maturity on time, then you will have a different type of chaffy seeds, unmature seeds, and overall the end produce will be not good. And one more thing, the seeds which we are used or selected should develop a good root system. So what will happen? What we call as seed viability. Some seed germinates, but because of lack of vigor, what will happen? The root system will develop very slowly. So if the root system is very slow because of various factors, it depends. Sometimes it is because of storage or infestation of fungus or non-availability of unmatured seeds when they are harvested and sown. This will happen. So if the root system develops, then the plant will take more nutrients, more fertilizers, then it will go. And what are the seeds you select? It should be free of diseases, pest. For example, if the seed is infested with some storage pest, it will not germinate properly. If the seed is developed with some fungus, so then seed will get damaged. So why the fungus is developed? Because the seed is not stored in optimum moisture conditions. Normally, all seeds will be stored between 8 to 10% of optimum moist conditions, so that the seed germination will not go. And one more thing is when the farmer buys, even though seed purity, everything is the appearance is also very important. All seed should appear uniformly. For that, the proper seed grading should be done. And nowadays, seed treatment is done with color coating for a better appearance from most of the seed companies using polymers and everything. And one more important thing in seeds is the seed viability should be longer. Self life means normally the all companies will give the seed viability 9 months. Uh, if it is packed properly, dried properly, stored properly, the viability of the seed will be there. If the farmer receives seeds and it will lose its germination within 3 4 months, there is a big loss. So this is very important for the seeds to maintain the shelf life. And as I said, optimum moisture levels should be maintained in the seed for storage. So regarding the quality seeds, there are four factors which will influence the quality of the seeds. One is genetical, one is physical, one is physiological, and one is pathological. Genetical means the variety of the seeds, the maintaining of the gene character of the seeds will have the impact. If the genetic purity of the seeds is not good, normally there should be, as for the Seed Act, 98 to 99% of the genetic purity should be maintained for most of the crops. Some crops it varies. If the genetic purity is not maintained properly, ultimately the seed quality will not be good and the crop expected or the uniform will not be good. So to maintain the genetic purity of the seeds while doing the seed production, here the crucial point of seed production will come. So while doing the seed production, proper rogging should be done. Proper rogging should be done. If especially for open pollinated varieties, rogging will be done. When it comes for the hybrids, it is a crossing is done. So in that if some flowers are self-pollinated, if they are not cross-pollinated, if they miss cross-pollinating, you will get the self seed and that will be genetical purity will not be there. So that normally all the seed testing will be done for the purity. The for a growth test. By putting a growth test, they will calculate the genetic purity. Now the new technology has come without putting the growth test also. We can see the genetic purity, which may not be very accurate, but as far as the tradition continues, the growth test is the best to maintain the check the genetic purity. So when it comes to the physical physical appearance of the seeds, that is mainly uh, if you know the seed testing labs, once the seed is produced, they'll be checking the percentage of other seeds available in that one, and moisture content, the appearance of seeds, boldness of seeds. Wherever this is not properly maintained before packing or releasing it to the market, then it will have a bad effect on the seed and the crop. Main thing is the germination capacity should be checked when it's going to the germination should come on time. So the germination for different crops, for example, maize, it is calculated for 3 to 4 days. For paddy, it is 3 days. For vegetables like chilies, it is 10 days. So the germination count is taken two times: the first count and second count. If the first and second count will not come as far as standards of the seed act germination, different crops, it is a minimum germination standard. Just I will discuss later on. Most of the private seed companies, they are maintaining the best germination standard, as per the corporation, 90% germination is given because the hybrids are very expensive. So farmer, if it is as far as seed standard is only given for some crops, it is only 75%. But if the 75% germination comes to the cost of the seeds hybrids is very expensive. So the farmer will be has to invest more money. But most of the companies now they are maintaining good germination percentage. And after germination, the main is vigor. As I said, the vigor of the plant is also tested in before releasing the seeds to the farmers. And one more important is dormancy. There is a dormancy in the seeds. There are two, three reasons. One is the seeds which are having hard coat, seed coat. So immediately when they are harvested, so they will have a dormancy. For that, there is they can do the chemical treatment for breaking dormancy. And one more reason for the dormancy is harvesting of immature seeds, which will be used for seed. So the immature seeds will have a dormancy, and instead of normally if a seed germination for 5 days, the dormant seeds will take 8 to 10 days. And overall, the impact on the crop we will have because of dormancy of the seeds. And then one more reason for the dormancy of the seeds is infestation of the seeds, seed-borne diseases, or external fungus and everything. That is the reason. So these dormancies should be checked before releasing the seeds in the ring. And one more is pathological effect of the seeds. Seeds after should be harvested at the after moisture if they are not dried properly. So the fungus will be attacked on the outer part of the seeds, which will deteriorate the seed quality. And one more thing is that there are now lot of seed-borne viral diseases coming. The virus is mostly seed-borne. If the seed produced from a crop which is infested with virus will give a crop of virus only. For that, you have to do the virus test of the seed and then only should be given. So please next. And one more is mechanical damage. By processing, you should not have any mechanical damage of the seeds. So what I said now, for this to maintain the seed quality good, the important and most important thing is seed treatment. So most of the seeds are now being treated and given to the farmers, but still some of the farmers who are using their own seeds, they are not doing the treatment. This skill has to be developed for everybody, the seed treatment. So if you do the seed treatment, it will protect the seed from insects and diseases. Like if you treat with Thiram, it will control the fungal diseases. And now imidacloprid is treated, so it will have an impact on the plant. It is a systemic one. So at least for 25 to 30 days, the sucking pest will not come much on the initial plant stage. So and if seed treatment also increases the germination. As it is a seed is healthy, then it is. So as you know, fungicides are used to protect from the fungal disease. Insecticides are used for Indian. There are biological also like trichoderma, pseudomonas, which are the biological agents which are also used for that. And there are some microbials which will stimulate the growth of the plant. For example, the seeds when germinated. So if there are no sufficient nutrients, it will not able to sprout properly. So these fertilizers or whatever the seed treatment one, if you treat the seeds, the initially it will go into the soil and it will enhance a plant to come out. So when there are a lot of varieties developed in the seeds, crops, everything. So now the question is how to size the variety to the crop and which crop which variety. For example, in cotton there are many varieties which have been cultivated. In chili there are many varieties. So and these seeds are area specific. Some varieties are suitable for some area because they are bred for the breeding has been done for the suitability of that area. So first we have to see the seeds depend on the agroclimatic zones. As I previously said, if for drought areas, the seed of drought tolerance variety should be selected, whereas flood area, flood resistance varieties has to be selected. And if there is a disease area, in particular area, some particular disease is there has been breeding has been done, which have the tolerance to diseases. So these varieties to be done. And one more is crop duration is important. So when you if some crops are taken in the as rain-fed crops. So for rain-fed crops, so irrigation will not be there. So you should plan the period short duration crops will give better performance in rain-fed areas. And we should see that the crop duration, because we're during the time of flowering, if it is a rain is there, so you will not get the proper yield because of lack of pollination. So this crop duration also should be calculated. And one more thing, then we have to, most and very important thing is yield potential. If some varieties will give 20 quintals, some will give 30 quintals. If some varieties have the potential to give 50 quintals, but if it is the management is not done properly, it will not give. If some varieties having only potential of 20 quintals, you will give the highest management also, they will give that much only. So you have to select the variety which give a high potential. And when it comes, then the most important is the pricing. Okay, it is giving high potential and everything, but if it is very highly priced, so how farmer can buy? So this is also very important. While purchasing the seeds or while recommending the seeds, we should compare the yield potential of the crops, the advantage of the variety, and the pricing pattern. The investment part of the how much farmer is investing for seed input, and how much yield is affected because of only seeds. So this pricing is very important in for seeds. And one more, availability. If there is no seed available, if want to take that seed in that area, that is also because now timely seed availability is very important. It is a seasonal crop, so that is a factor which has to be considered very much while we are selecting a seed or while you are recommending a seed or to the farmers. So when I want to brief about the seeds, there are three types of seeds presently in Indian markets. That is open pollinator, that is state varieties and hybrids, and now GMO seed. GM only now cotton. Now the government has given permission for mustard also. Now the GM permission is going on for even brinjal also. The difference between open pollinator, these are state varieties. No crossing is done. These are traditional varieties. When it comes to the hybridization seeds, so from different parental lines, they are the OP varieties. They are collected from worldwide, and they are crossed in such a way. If some very strain is having a resistance to disease, one is will give high yield. So the breeders or the scientists will do the breeding program, and they produce a variety which gives high yield, have a disease tolerance, suitable for the varieties. And most of the this hybrid seed production is done by the seeds, private seed companies, and universities also doing a lot of research on hybrid seed production. And I think GM might be knowing it. GM is a technology which they modify the gene so that particular crop will have the resistance to particular pest or disease or some nutrients differently. And when it comes, there are three type of seeds: that is breeder seeds, certified seeds, truthful seeds, which is available in the market. Most of the breeder seed is produced by the research institute, which will be then converted to the certified seeds, foundation to certified seeds, which will be most of the seed corporations they are doing. When it comes to truthful seeds, this is certified by the company which is producing. That means there is no certification agency or no government authorization will be done for this. These are mostly done by the private seed companies. These three type of seeds are available to the farmers. So as I said, no, the seed suppliers are one is research institutions. They are taking care of all the breeder seeds, and the new varieties hybrids are released. They give to the uh, public entrepreneurs, and one is seed corporations. Every state is having a seed corporation. This seed corporation will do the seed production of certified seed, and mostly the field crop they are doing. In vegetables, the seed corporation role is very small. And when it comes to private agencies, 90% of vegetable seeds and the high yielding varieties are done by seed companies, private seed companies, both Indian companies and multinational companies. The only constraint in private seed companies is the pricing. The pricing in is such a way it is very high that the farmer is not able to affordable, and even the government is also some states they are supporting the farmers for subsidies also so that it can. So what I was telling that labeling. So this is a standard labeling should be done for the truthful seeds. So this when somebody is buying seeds, they should turn the backside of the packet and see the truthful label whether crop is mentioned, variety name, lot number, date of testing, date of packing, valued up to how many days. Normally they give for 9 months. You should see how old is the seed. If this seed is only 1 month expiry is there, that should not be recommended or taken by the farmers. And also, by the maximum retail price should be mentioned. This is a part of the thing. And one more is that they should maintain the germination percentage. So the crop wise, the germination percentage varies as per the seed act. So it is 75%, 90%, 98%. It is there. So the minimum germination standard should be given on that, and it should be given the physical purity of the seeds. Only the maximum limit allowed is 98% should be there, the physical purity, and genetic purity should be 99% of genetic should be maintained, and inert material means other seeds or other dust and everything, that particles is allowed very minor, and that should not be there. Other crops should not be also not present. Everything they should be mentioned in that, and the important is moisture level. So as I said, 8 to 10% moisture level they should mention on the label. And for this, the government has given the standards. Everybody should be who is selling the seed officially with license, they should follow this one. So if anybody is not putting the label as per the standards, the government will take a strict action for the local seed inspector. They will stop the sales of that company. And now the question comes, where to buy the seeds, from whom to buy, because there is a lot of spurious seeds, unauthorized seeds, which are coming to the market, and how to identify. So each state government now they are made a very strict clause regarding the seed. So every state like Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra, Karnataka, they are having their own seed selling procedure in the state. So we should buy the seeds from authorized seed producer market who is having a license, centralized license taken from the state government. So some states are insisting to test the seeds with the universities and produce a seed test that performance report, and you should buy from the only authorized dealers who is having the seed license registered with the agriculture department of the concerned state. This is a brief I would like to tell. If you use good seeds, you will get a good crop. So it is very important for the everybody to have a basic knowledge while buying the seeds or while recommending farmers what type of seeds they should grow. Thank you.